The search for these two killers continues to take a number of different twists and turns. I normally work nights, ladies, need an extra cup of coffee. My computer now working. Here's the picture I was talking about. This car just completely surrounded by as much as 3 feet of water. A wanted killer remains at large here in the North Country, and of course, folks all across this region want to see him captured. When they get those calls here at the Coast Guard, Kristen and Darren, they know they need to get on these boats and out on the water really as quickly as possible. Breaking news just into our news desk here. New York State law enforcement officials tell CBS News on the record that Matt is in fact dead. We are following this story, crews en route to the scene, and we will bring you the very latest as we get it. And these two escaped criminals have had really much of the North Country on edge for weeks now. Many feared for their own safety. We heard a lot about folks really being armed and ready in case either of these men made it to their property. Describe for me, if you would, kind of the reaction out there tonight. Let's wish someone a happy birthday, shall we? A very happy birthday to one of television's most beloved cartoon characters. Today, here he is Bugs Bunny's 75th birthday. He looks great for 75. Take a look at some of this damage along Route 132 and South Stratford. Here it is, my Channel 3 winter survival kit, sweatpants, gloves, my Bruins gear. It's all in here. Gary, we're asking folks on Facebook this morning what their New Year's resolutions are. As my seat just sinks down, I'm doomed. This morning, we are celebrating the end of the week with a newborn who's drawing crowds at the San Diego Zoo. Take a look at this. Last time I spoke to a nun was Sister CJ in high school biology. Still ahead this morning, as you saw with my disappearing chair already. Things don't always go as planned here at Channel 3 when you're on live TV. Welcome back, everyone. 6:15 this Friday morning. It is the last official day of school vacation week for a lot of kids. And so if any of them are awake right now, they probably want to know what you have in store. We are expecting a press conference any minute now with the governor of New York. Of course, he said when these inmates escaped just about 3 weeks ago that this would be a priority in the state of New York. We have seen 1,100 armed officers from New York, the state of Vermont, federal authorities all working this case. And now Governor Cuomo stepping up to the microphone. We will go to him live. You were just listening in there on a live press conference with New York Governor Andrew Cuomo taking the microphone right away in this search for David Sweat and the death of Richard Matt. He thanked folks right off the bat, a number of federal, state officials who helped in the search for these individuals and for the eventual death of Richard Matt. He also shared a number of details on how this all unfolded this afternoon. The governor said it was actually a civilian complaint about a gunshot that led investigators to the area in Malone. They say it was actually Border and Customs Patrol officers who were actually helicoptered into the region. They learned of a camper in the area that had been shot. They then were able to determine that that bullet was potentially fired from about an 8-mile radius or so. At that point, crews really zeroed in on this area. The governor says they went inside this cabin. It's where they found additional clues that Richard Matt had in fact been inside that home. They canvassed the area outside. A short distance later is when they confronted the escaped killer in the woods. The governor says, and New York State Police say, that it was at that point that authorities confronted Richard Matt. He was in fact armed, and when he did not put that gun down is when he was shot. We have team coverage on this story tonight. Alex Apple is live in Malone, about 17 miles away from the state police barracks. Alex, what can you tell us? To recap what we've learned tonight, Richard Matt is in fact dead, shot and killed after he refused to put down a shotgun. He was shot by Border Patrol officers who were helicoptered into the region after a tip about gunfire in the area. The search now is still on for David Sweat, who is on the run. Authorities say they will be looking 24 hours a day until they find them. We have a number of crews on scene across the region tonight. Alex Apple is out there, Rose Spillman, Shelby Cashman is on scene as well. And as soon as we learn new information, we will bring it to you. We hope that you will stick with us on WCAX.com. Our web team is updating folks on the website as well as on Facebook and Twitter. Just about 8:59 Friday night, we plan to be back with another live update at 10 o'clock. But for now, this has been a Channel 3 News special report.